My team and I fell in love with a group of teenagers who became very dear to me. I don't know where any of them are today. They are probably in their 20s or 30s now, but I had a deep affinity for this specific group of teenagers who most of them had no father and some of them had no mother, and they were living in homes that were really ratty and torn, and the only time they felt life is when we would show up each week to just sit with them and love on them and listen to them. And I just want to remind somebody that sometimes children does not spell love G-I-F-T, but they spell love T-I-M-E. And what they wanted from us was just time, and we would just sit there and enjoy them and sit in their presence. And on one occasion, when I was leading the evangelistic ministry, the campaign on that day, I took that group of teenagers outside of the projects and we walked towards downtown Columbus. And as we walked, we came to a graveyard, and I stopped in front of the graveyard and I tapped all of them. I said, look out there in that graveyard and tell me, what do you see? And they responded. They said, oh, Brother Phillip, we see tombstones. And I said, good. What else do you see? We said, Brother Phillip, we see memorials. I said, good. What else do you see? I said, Brother Phillip, we see grass and trees and flowers. I said, good. What else do you see? We see, Brother Phillip, we don't see anything else. I said, are you sure? Look again. Tell me, what do you see? They said, Brother Phillip, we don't see anything else. And I will never forget getting those teenagers to focus for just a moment. And I said, look out there. Let me tell you what I see. I see unfulfilled potential. I see ministries that were never started. I see books that were never written. I see marriages that were never formed, children that were never born, visions that were never realized. I see wasted potential out there in that graveyard. I see anointings and giftings and callings that people carried with them to the grave. I told them, look out there in the graveyard. You see now the wealthiest place on earth. For out there in their graveyard, there are many people who carried with them to their grave things that God placed on the inside of them that was supposed to come out of them while they was in this life. And for whatever reason,